after entering a room, you tend to forget why you entered. Kind of a little different way to have the doorways linked into it. And finally, I love this quote, and you will too, and Angie will too. If there are no dogs in heaven, then when I die, I want to go where they went. Will Rogers.
Exactly.
Do you have any applause over there? Can you call up our applause real fast? Because this deserves applause. We said this on the program yesterday. Gerald Ergel pointed this out. What a bunch of us couldn't do for years, which is to get everybody on the same page, the merchants, downtown, the DBA, city council, all the folks, to get them to cooperate, work together. This particular person did. Let's hear a hand for Angie Lewis.
Here.
Silver Springs International Film Festival, tremendous success, and the downtown piece of that was hers. Annie, I am extremely proud to have served with you, and I can't tell you how impressed I am with the job that you did with the downtown Silver Springs International Film Festival part. So,
well, buddy, thank you. I appreciate that.
we might even turn your microphone on. Maybe we'll see if we can get that on.
Angie's got him all confused. She moved over to number 5 and.
I don't know. Am I on?
You're on. Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
No, I do. I appreciate that, and I have to tell you though, I mean, as much as I appreciate all those nice, kind words.
Don't start giving everybody else compliments.
I do have to say, I was talking to several people about this board and everything, and I said the reason why I think it was so successful is because of all the committed people. This is that's the hardest working board I've ever worked with, and everyone took a piece of it, took complete ownership of it, had accountability, and did what they said they were going to do, and I think that was the key, is that, everybody did something. And so there were, a lot of boards that you sit on, it's just like you vote and everybody leaves and they go about their business and then you don't think about it again until you come back. This was a truly working board. So you were a huge part of that. So there were a lot of everyone involved. And then the volunteers were all amazing last weekend.
They were, and the board was hardworking, you're right, and we didn't have a lot of attrition. Most people stayed with it the entire way. Usually boards tend to drop off, but this is not about that. This is about what one person did to unite a group of people, which is what we have needed downtown for as long as I can remember, because it's a diverse group. And we're running out of time. We're going to go up against the news break, but to get everybody on board, pretty much everybody, and to be able to cooperate to do this for 4 days, and nothing's perfect, we know that, right. But this was a huge success. The inaugural Silver Springs International Film Festival, the films and all that stuff, great job by Greg Thompson and Laurie Zink and whatever, but the downtown piece of this showed people what we can do when we all get our minds to it and don't have an agenda.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The last nice thing I'm going to say about you all day. So, coming back on the other side, Angie will talk more about the film festival. She's got a special guest coming in.
I do.
She's the new head of the United
He
Way.
wasn't able to make it, but we have someone here for him.
All right, next right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Bring me down, can't none bring me down.
Austin, I'm sitting here at the computer looking at our Facebook page, and boy, we really need to tell more listeners about our Facebook page.
No, Tom, so you got it all wrong. Twitter is the new age.
What's a tweeter?
No, a Twitter, Tom. The Voice of Ocala has a Twitter.
We do? Well, how do we tell our listeners about that?
All they have to do is get the Twitter app or go to twitter.com, type in Voice of Ocala in the search box, and click follow.
All right, well, what's the tweeter do?
The Voice of Ocala's Twitter page updates all of its followers on the latest news, guests, giveaways, and contests.
Oh, okay. But couldn't listeners just tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 to 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, or even go to online at WOCA.com? Wouldn't that be easier?
Yeah, okay, maybe.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life, from everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on.
WOCA, keeping you in touch with Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Don Matheson. Ukrainian officials say that a radical group has taken 60 hostages inside a government office in the eastern part of the country. Some lawmakers want the U.S. to arm Ukraine.
Why won't we give them some defensive weapons when they're facing another invasion?
Senator John McCain, but the Obama administration is taking a cautious approach.
We are currently working with Ukraine to determine their requirements across the entire security sector.
Secretary of State John Kerry speaking to the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. Washington state authorities say 12 people remain missing following the March 22nd mudslide.
34 victims have been taken to the Snohomish County Medical Examiner's office. 30 have been identified, and the coroner's working to identify the 4 others.
Fox News Radio's Jessica Rosenthal. President Obama will visit the scene April 22nd. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
So I knew it was important to have life insurance to protect our family, but I was putting it off. But then yesterday, a girlfriend of mine asked me, point blank, what would happen if you lost your husband? How would you pay the bills? The mortgage? The car payments? Food? And that's when it really hit me, and I realized I needed to get us life insurance right now. So I called AIG Direct, and in less than 5 minutes, I had a quote. I was shocked at how affordable it is. Now just $14 a month for $250,000 of term life coverage. I feel so much better knowing the kids and I are protected. And my husband was so happy I got the quote.
Save up to 70% when you get term life insurance through AIG Direct. Call now for a free, no-obligation quote. It only takes 5 minutes, and you could save up to 70%. 1-800-294-6051. That's 1-800-294-6051. Call 1-800-294-6051.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Frederick's Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Frederick's Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Frederick's Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Frederick's Appliance.
Uh-oh.
Is that what I thought it was?
As long as you don't think it was me running over a sprinkler head, then no, it wasn't.
Oh, brother.
Don't worry about it. I'll just add it to the honey-do list.
If you had signed up for Mike Scott Plumbing's irrigation package in the first place, you wouldn't have to do anything.
What? Mike Scott Plumbing does irrigation too?
Yeah. I told you they have packages where they take care of everything.
Yeah, but I broke it, so they're not going to cover that.
But with their annual irrigation maintenance plans, you never have to pay for another service charge or broken sprinkler head ever again, regardless of the fault.
So that means I break it, they fix it.
That's what I said, Mr. Genius.
Okay, you win. How do I sign up?
I thought you'd never ask. Call Mike Scott Plumbing today and ask about their irrigation maintenance plans. 237-2888. That's 237-2888.
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it. Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need
too.
my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
All she's gotta do is go. Turn the radio up, roll the windows down. She got an open road.
Back to Voice of Ocala, time for the superstar Angie Lewis for her segment where she takes over and she has a special guest. And Angie, who you got?
I do. Well, I'll give you a little bit of background. I was meeting with Scott Quintel, who is the new president of the United Way, a couple of weeks ago, and we got to talk about all the things going on at the United Way. And I recently joined the board there, and so I brought in a special guest today, Marcia Holloway. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Angie.
We are happy to have her here. She is going to share with us a program that the United Way has done for how many years now? The VITA program.
It's 6 years now that we've been functioning here.
Okay, so 6 years, and if you don't mind, okay, so when I hear it, and I don't, maybe when people see it, that might be some of the confusion. We see the word VITA. So what does VITA mean?
VITA means the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. And we are governed by the IRS. We have a spec agent that works with us that monitors everything that we do, and we provide free tax assistance for the residents of Marion County.
Okay, so free.
Free. Totally free.
Oh, free. We got together.
Okay, so if you are listening, free.
TurboTax eats your heart out. Free.
Okay, so do you have to qualify? Is it certain income level, or how does it work?
Actually, we advertise 52,000 and below, but we will do taxes for anybody. It doesn't matter what your income level is. The IRS is actually aiming this program to low to moderate income families in an effort to help defray the cost of income tax preparation. Our goal is to get everybody in the county to get their taxes done for free so that they are not paying anything, that they get their entire refund back, and it's not going to tax preparation. And on that same note, we saved last year, the year 2013, we saved our members of Marion County taxpayers $281,925 in tax preparation fees.
Oh, wow.
That's huge. That's huge.
Very huge.
Yes. In addition to that, we also brought to the Marion County, back into the county, the tax savings of $2,188,888. So over $2 million was brought back into our county, pumped back into the economy through our VITA program.
I'd never even heard of this,
okay.
doing this. Have you? I didn't know.
The only reason I knew about it was because I'm on the board, and I just recently found out about it. And so that was one of the reasons why getting Marcia on here, to make sure that everyone, there's a lot of programs out there, but I think sometimes people just don't know.
Well, I'd like to know more about what those are, because, that's the thing, is that people think United Way, well, okay, give your money and we'll give it to somebody else. Now, I've been a United Way giver for 40 years, but the point is, I know it's a great thing. Mm-hmm. But the bottom line is that people don't understand the other things that United Way does besides ask for your money.
Right, exactly.
You are so right. And I'm part of Community Impact. And what we do is that we provide services to our community in Marion County, the County of Marion. And other programs are Reading Pals. I'll bet you've heard of Reading Pals.
We have, and Tom James, by the way, whose mom was involved with that too, did a promo on the station for literacy and for Reading Pals.
Which is, I think, about to receive some state recognition, if I'm
That is correct.
About that.
Today
we promote that on the station. Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So Reading Pals is another one of our outstanding community impact programs.
So how many tax returns have you done already this year, do you know?
Yes, I do. We just had what we call Lunch and Learn today, and our spec agent, Priscilla, gave us the update. We've done 1,575 right now to this date.
And do you have any sort of cutoff?
April 15th is our cutoff.
So it's just more of the days.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the amount, you have enough people to handle after this goes, it's live on the program here today. If you had like an influx of people coming in.
We do indeed have plenty of tax preparers available. We do have some appointments still open. All they have to do is call 211 to set an appointment to come on in and get their taxes done. We also take walk-ins at our United Way office over behind the Cascades.
Do you mind to give that address?
1401 Northeast 2nd Street.
Okay, so you can call 211, and that's probably the best thing to do is to get your
that
appointment.
appointment set.
But then if somebody did just come in, then they may have to wait a little bit, but they would be able to sit down with someone.
Absolutely.
Now, is this a volunteer program?
It is. All of our tax preparers are volunteers. They all go through training by the IRS certified trainers. They become certified on basic or advanced level, and most of our preparers are trained on the advanced level, so they can handle just about any tax situation you might be in.
So why would somebody come into the United Way to do this versus going online and doing it themselves?
Well, some people just don't feel confident to be able to do their taxes. It is
Who would want to do that if you didn't know how to do your taxes?
It's pretty scary.
You go online, you might not want to go online and do it by yourself. You might want someone to say, bring this and put this here. You know, Tax 101 sometimes for people, young people just doing their taxes for the first or second time, not having anybody to mentor them, not knowing how to go online and doing it. You're inclined toward that mathematical stuff. Many of us are not.
That's right.
You have your figures.
And that's what I'm thinking. Do you feel like that we are leaving a lot of missed money when people do try to do it themselves?
There's no doubt probably that there is missed money. If you have a relatively simple tax return, you can also go online. We have an online service that you can go on and do it yourself. As a matter of fact, just before I walked out of the office today, one of our tax preparers, our veteran tax preparers, Karen Reed, was working with a young gal, and she was showing her how to do it online herself right in our office. The online address, or all you have to do is go to www.myfreetaxes.com/Marion County, Florida, and you can go in and do your taxes free online, same as our VITA program, but it's the online version.
Okay, but to make sure that you are getting money, everything you really deserve back, it's probably better to sit down with someone who's been trained.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
I agree,
like you said, a lot of our younger folks feel very comfortable going online. It does walk them right through everything. When you answer the questions online, it will present you with all of your different options. There's also a helpline that you can call if you run into any kind of trouble online, and that's on the online system that has a helpline number right available to you.
Now, what is the time that you guys are working with people? Is it in the evening or during the working hours?
We have hours at our main office Monday through Thursday from 9 in the morning until 7 at night. We have appointments. So we're usually there until 8 or 8:30 at night working with clients. On Saturday, it is 9 in the morning until noon. But the Saturday before the cutoff, we usually hang around and make sure we take care of everybody.
Now, in the past, you've been doing this 6 years now. Have you seen a big influx in those last days when people
yes, always that's when the panic button is pushed and they come running in and they're terrified.
Marsha Holloway from United Way is our guest. Marsha, appreciate you coming in, and I just have one question for you.
Okay.
I've been listening to you talk now for about 8 minutes or so.
Yes.
And I'm going to take a stab at this and tell me if I'm close where you're from.
Okay,
originally.
Go for it.
Minnesota.
You are so right. How did you know that?
Minnesota.
Yes.
Yeah, I just like to study people's dialect, and I can kind of come close most of the time. It's delightful, by the way.
I know. I love
thank you.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in and sharing with us. And
this is a great program.
Just I need to let people know if you're interested in becoming a United Way giver, you can call the number, or how do you do that? What do you do?
Well, you can
sign up.
Absolutely, or you can stop in our office or give us a call by phone. And 732-9696 is our number at the office. 352-732-9696.
And I'm services too.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're always looking for volunteers as well.
We are always looking for tax
anybody else that
volunteers.
might be interested in doing this next year.
You're not
absolutely.
I'm not doing it.
Do you have anything for Busy People Anonymous? Because I've got to sign her up for that. that. She's a sucker for whatever is coming up next.
Well, you know,
Thank goodness she is.
the saying is, if you want to get something done, ask a busy person.
Guess who gets to ask a lot?
Yes,
Angie,
yeah.
for sure.
Wonderful.
Thank
Well,
you, Marcia.
You are
Appreciate
so
it.
welcome.
much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, Angie, you hang around. We're going to play fake or a factoid.
See, now they like to make fun of me and ask me trivia questions.
They're intimidated by you. So you have something there you want to talk about real quick?
No,
Okay.
She's just sharing the information with me.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Marcia. Appreciate it. Marcia Hollow United Way. We'll take a break, come back. It's time to play Fake or Factoids, America's new game, soon to be syndicated with Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. It's going to be a powerhouse right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, the source.
Help Ocala! We are stuck with aging inventory that's got to go. Are you stuck too? Driving in an old car you hate? This month, if you help me, I'll help you get unstuck from your old ride so you can drive a nicer, newer car today.
Chris Spears here from Prestige Auto Sales. I can help you break free from that old car you hate. Here's how. 1, bring me in your old ride, and even if you're still making payments. 2, based on the sale price of the car you choose, I'll give you up to $4,075 more than the appraised value of your old car. And 3, choose any nicer, newer car for my specially priced gotta-go inventory.
Easy breezy. Are you feeling stuck with bad credit muck? Our For the People credit approval process will work hard to unglue you from your bad credit luck.
So bring me in your old ride, and based on the sale price of the nicer, newer car you choose, I'll give you up to $4,075 more than the appraised value of your old car.
But come quick, this offer won't stick around for long.
I'm Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people.
Visit Prestige Auto Sales or call 694-1234. Yes, 694-1234. See you at Prestige.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget, owner of the brand new Proper Tees Salon. It's a perfect time to freshen up your cut and color for the new year. And if you really want to change up your look, talk to us about Hotheads extensions for extra volume and length. How about a blowout for date night? Give us a call. Enjoy some me time while you relax in our newly renovated salon and check in on Facebook using our free Wi-Fi. We know you'll be happy with your new look. We guarantee it. Our style guarantee assures you that no matter what, you will love your hair or we will fix it for free. Call for your appointment today, 352-351-1771. We're located in downtown Ocala next to the Southside Deli. Tell us Buddy sent you for 20% off your first service visit. Now hiring licensed cosmetologists, nail techs, and front desk staff. Visit our website, thepropertees.com, for our online application. The Proper Tees Salon, timeless elegance meets classic sex.
Hi, Robin. You look tired.
I am. I've been running all over town.
Why? Why not drive?
I need to get this stupid document notarized.
Well, that's easy. You need personal service.
Duh. That's what I've been looking for.
You need to go see Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can notarize that for you, make copies, fax it wherever, or send it out in the mail. Heck, he can even scan it and email it for you.
Really? Where is he at?
2375 Northeast 25th Avenue, on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street. You can call him at 789-6683.
Personal Service Center. Thanks, Larry.
Now is the time to take advantage of Florida Credit Union's CD specials. Our 36-month CD comes in at 1.46% APY. A 24-month is working for you at 1.0% APY. All CD rate specials require $10,000 minimum. With friendly service and rates like these, it's not hard to see why Florida Credit Union has your CD options covered. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Call 352-237-8222 for more information. Must act by 4/30/14.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. We're in Florida. Mostly cloudy today, windy and not as warm as yesterday with some showers and thunderstorms, some with heavy rain. That'll taper to a couple of showers later this afternoon. Highs ranging from 72 in the northwest part of the zone to 81 in the southeast part. It'll be cloudy early tonight with a shower, then some clearing late, low 53 and then 59 along the coast. Tomorrow, partly sunny and breezy, high 73 to 77. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Hi, this is Joe from Damage Control Services. Join me Tuesdays at 10:30 when we discuss what to do when your property gets damaged, how to fix it fast, and get back on track. At Damage Control, we specialize in helping home and business owners recover from damage caused by floods, fires, storms, tree damage, mold, and all other insurance-related disasters. So when disaster strikes, big or small, call Damage Control Services. Call me 352-817-6574.
Some folks swear we ain't got one prayer list.
right, back with Angie Lewis. I had a chance to talk to, shall we say, a prominent official today who was extremely impressed with what happened in the film festival. For those people getting tired of hearing about it, I'm just so proud of the fact that a private sector was able to come forward and actually produce something and take it over and run it and make it successful.
Listen to him come through there. Like a tornado.
No. Y'all didn't hear me. I was telling Austin when he left the room, he did that, and we could hear it over
Oh, good. Why don't we stop the program? We'll talk about it a little bit. Anyway, so as I said, the fact that the private sector could do that and get it done, which I'm very proud of.
Yes.
And any final thoughts before we play Fake or Factoid about how you think things went and what you'd like to see more of next year, maybe?
I mean, there are things that we're definitely going to tweak. But here was my favorite thing. When speaking to the filmmakers and the out-of-town guests, every single one of them said, "Oh my goodness, this is the most amazing event. It's flawless. I can't." And they would laugh and they said, "I'm sure there's things that we don't know about that's happened behind this." They said, "But from our perspective, it's been the most perfect weekend." And they've been to film festivals all over the country, and they couldn't believe, one, that it was the first time, and just how they said everyone was so nice. That was a big thing. You guys really made it special for us. So they loved how nice, they loved our downtown. Friday night in downtown Ocala, if you were not in downtown Ocala Friday night with the art walk, and there were so many people, that energy downtown Friday night. Oh my goodness. I was walking around, I was like, why can't it be like this every single weekend?
We're having
This
dinner
is awesome.
over at Mark's on the veranda there, which is great.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And then, of course, that elegant dinner Saturday night, just, I can't even put it, pictures don't even
I don't even
describe
know how
it.
you did that, pull those people
So-
together, but great job. Congratulations. That's it. No more. Get to work. Do something worthwhile. Okay, let's play the music. Let's see if we can get, who won yesterday?
Not me.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Just check.
and he admits it.
Just check it and see.
Me either.
Whoever it wasn't me, I can tell you that.
Joshua LaSalle.
Yeah, they saw Josh.
Oh,
I saw
Josh.
you introduced the other night by Bill
Yeah,
Barr.
that was pretty funny.
Joshua LaSalle. That's his new name around here.
I saw his mom and dad last night at trivia.
They were sitting across from me when it happened.
Yeah, I saw them last night in trivia. I said, so y'all must have been mortified. They were like, with a name like LaSelva, it's not the first time it's been mispronounced.
Roll the music. Let's get this game going because Pat Sajak will be here soon wanting to get started on Wheel of Fortune. So let's get this going. We have the music. Did you hear it?
I hear it.
You hear it?
I hear it.
Really in the background. Okay. Here we go. You guys ready?
We're ready.
I got a thing from Vegas. It says the favorite today is, it says here at 3-1 is Austin.
All right.
And number 2 is Tom Schmitz, who is 4-1, and Angie Lewis is a 6-1.
Long shot, Angie
long
Lewis.
shot today, boy. Vegas doesn't.
They know I'm tired. See, I won last time. If you don't, let's remind everyone. Last time we played.
The scouts know you were tired.
They
Ready
know
to
I'm
go?
tired.
Here we
It's a
go.
long
Number
weekend.
1, Porsche has never had to issue a recall of a car.
Fact.
All of you are wrong. It's fake. Number 2, Lamborghini cars were invented when the Lamborghini tractor company was insulted by the creator of Ferrari.
Fake.
Fact.
It is fact.
It is fact. Angie
Okay,
has the
so
best.
I you know what? You've ruined me with your stats there.
Number 3, pain travels through the body at 350 feet per second.
Fact.
50 feet per second. All right, fact.
Yes, fact.
Anybody want to change their answer?
No.
It's fact. You're all good there.
All right, good.
Austin thought
I'm
about
just going off
changing
of Austin now. I'm just going to follow. I'm going to be quiet until he speaks.
Number 4, joy spreads at twice that feeling.
Fact.
Okay, fact.
Fact.
Anybody want to change their answer?
No.
Yeah, I'll change it.
You're good. You're smart because it's fake.
Yes.
Okay. Number 5.
Angie is out.
Sad.
Oh my goodness, Angie. Well, you play along anyway. Number 5, the Dead Sea is so dense with salt you can easily float on it without drowning.
Fact.
That is, in fact, a fact.
Yes, fact.
It's fact. By the way, Las Vegas was right, I guess.
Yes,
All
it
right,
was.
here's the second round. We'll put you in as a new marker. When ketchup is labeled fancy, it's actually a USDA grade, meaning it's thicker than standard ketchup.
Fake.
Fake.
Fact.
Tom is correct. It's fact.
Sorry, Austin. You should never.
I waited on Austin there. I knew it was
Where do you guys
fact.
stand? We got about a minute. Where do we stand?
2-2.
Here we go. Regular French mustard will never spoil.
Fact.
Fake.
Austin, you're out.
Tom wins. What's the number?
Number is, how many hamburgers does McDonald's serve daily in the United States?
Oh boy.
250. No, 2 million.
5 million.
33,200,000.
Austin gets at 6.4 million per day. McDonald's.
That's insane.
Insane. Angie, good to be with you. That's it for this hour. Stay tuned to Buddy Sports Page next, right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM. Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name. If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, it's our business to make your business better. Sign up for Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today. Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
You know what that anticipation feels like when you're about to open a gift? In a Box offers personalized gifts. Everything you'll need for that special occasion. In a Box. Holidays, birthdays, graduations, spa days, weddings, anniversaries, get-wells, and more. In a Box. Visit inaboxcelebrations.com and pick your theme. There's even a corporate option. Inabox creates the magic, and you'll be the rock star. Visit inaboxcelebrations.com, partnered with Woodley Gardens.
Your heating and air conditioning unit sure will get a workout this season, and you need to make sure it's in tip-top condition. Let Air Ducts Heating and Air give you that peace of mind by knowing your unit will work at its optimum efficiency, saving you time and money. Air Ducts is a full HVAC residential and commercial company. Air Ducts is family-owned and operated, so we treat you the way we want to be treated. Air Ducts also offers discounts for builders and commercial applications, so give us a call today, 352-304-6766. That number again, 352-304-6766. Air Ducts Heating and Air Conditioning.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready for prom season with updos and makeup. And with summer coming, now's the time to book your appointment to get that Brazilian blowout or start with your summer highlights. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marion Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too.
Hello, gorgeous. what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Aspirin. It could literally be the difference between life and death if you suffer a heart attack. It's because aspirin is a blood thinner and can potentially stop a heart attack in its tracks if you take it in time. Since most people text, call, or use IM to initiate a relationship, well, now they feel comfortable ending it the same way. Listening to music with lyrics hurts your ability to focus. That's because your brain can't focus on your work and a catchy lyric at the same time.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Stay informed on everything going on in the villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
Fox News Radio, I'm Don Matheson. A Texas jury convicts Anna Trujillo of fatally stabbing her boyfriend with a 5.5-inch stiletto heel.
She claims they were arguing at the boyfriend's condo last June and that 59-year-old Alf Stefan Anderson was the aggressor, though prosecutors showed the jury Anderson was spiked 25 times in the face.
Fox News Radio's Eben Brown. Trujillo faces up to life in prison. The president takes aim at the gender pay gap.
Signing a pair of executive orders aimed at ensuring equal pay for equal work at companies doing business with the federal government, President Obama says Congress can make a far greater impact. Democrats pushing the Paycheck Fairness Act that would require more transparency in wages. Republicans call it unnecessary.
Fox News Radio's Jared Halpern. Stocks close higher on Wall Street. The Dow gains 10 points, the Nasdaq advancing 33, and the S&P 500 jumping 7. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
So I knew it was important to have life insurance to protect our family, but I was putting it off. But then yesterday, a girlfriend of mine asked me, point blank, what would happen if you lost your husband? How would you pay the bills? The mortgage? The car payments? Food? And that's when it really hit me, and I realized I needed to get us life insurance right now. So I called AIG Direct, and in less than 5 minutes, I had a quote. I was shocked at how affordable it is. Now just $14 a month for $250,000 of term life coverage. I feel so much better knowing the kids and I are protected. And my husband was so happy I got the quote.
Save up to 70% when you get term life insurance through AIG Direct. Call now for a free, no-obligation quote. It only takes 5 minutes, and you could save up to 70%. 1-800-294-6051. That's 1-800-294-6051. Call 1-800-294-6051.
How much time? 30 seconds. I'm on right now. I don't believe you.
Okay. Enough kidding around.
Ho, 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 ho.
And now it's time for the Buddy Martin Sports Page.
He actually had me stay here last night in his gym.
It's like I don't fit in. It's like I don't belong here.
Let's go talk to a couple of guys that never gamble.
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. See, Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put you on the poorhouse at the same time. He didn't think we could do it.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
And now, here's Buddy.
Welcome to the Sports Page on a Tuesday after the Final Four championship. UConn, of course, winning it all last night.
They're the NAACP national champions.
I heard that, yes. I heard that. The Fox faux pas. That was a beauty right there. Oh, my goodness. We all made faux pas, but on there, that's a tough one.
Wow.
But some people may not know what's happening. Before we get to there, I just want to say that lady, Angie, she just does an amazing job for our city. And I want to make sure, since she won't be here later this week, she's taking off, let's say happy birthday to Angie Thursday night. Thursday's her
Wow.
birthday, so we forgot to tell her on the air.
She's going to be what, like 24, 25
She
years
just
old?
passed for 30, I can tell you that. I don't even know how old Angie is.
That's one of those women you don't know what her age is, but she looks about 26.
I think she's 29 again. But she looks great always and dresses well and such a nice person. And
Clint, I guess, isn't a bad guy either.
He's a hood.
Well, probably.
He's a troublemaker.
He is.
You know what he is, too? He's also a former gladiator. Do you know that?
I did know that.
That's supposed to be a secret. We're going to spring it on him one day. And he actually was in that show, Gladiator.
Yeah.
Clint was on. Clint was a heck of a running back in high school.
I would have broke him in half.
Yeah, right. He couldn't. If you could have caught him, if that's your problem. If they run right at you, you get them.
Well, of course. I never said I could run anybody down.
Right, exactly. Anyway, saw Clint this morning over the Cup of the Irish, and
that's a great little place, isn't it?
It is, and visit with him. Anyway, glad to have Angie, Clint, and those kind of people in our community. Sports today, of course, this is Around the Water Cooler. We're going to talk about the issues today. Our go-long segments, including, I'll talk about something that happened 40 years ago today.
40 years ago this evening.
I happen to have been there. And by the way, it will be sort of rebroadcast, reenacted tonight on ESPN.
Yes, it will be.
If you pull that up, Austin, we'll talk about that after the news.
I'm a little aggravated with you that you were there. Be honest with you.
Yeah. And it was there, by the way, the year before when it started. So it went on over.
I just don't know what they're going to do with the wall now when they move.
Don't start giving it away.
I just say
you're good at giving my secrets away.
I haven't given it away. The wall needs to be moved.
Austin, explain to him what a tease is, okay? Just so he understands.
Tease is
Tom, on the other hand, has some stupid go-along about some player for the Yankees. Number
A-Rod.
one. Yeah. Derek Jeter. And then
number two, actually.
Tom James will be here to talk about the comparison of the coaches, Kevin Ali and John Calipari. Much being made of that. I know everybody here has a feeling that maybe that Calipari was out-coached. I don't know if I buy that, but let's just say some decisions worked out for Ali. All due credit to him, and I know about the timeout and all that stuff, and everybody's raving about it.
I don't think he was out-coached. I question some of the
That's
decisions.
been written.
Right.
It's been written that he was out-coached.
Right.
But, whatever your opinion is, I didn't think it was a wonderful Final Four. I thought it was a good Final Four. Certainly part of that is reflected in the fact the Gators got knocked off and played disappointingly. And even Calipari said this morning, looking back at now, how disappointing he is. But to climb back in the game 3 times and get within a point and miss the foul shots that they miss.
Just make a free throw, you win the national championship.
Too bad.
And the road that they took to get there was arguably the hardest.
Yeah,
not for an 8. Well, 8C was a little tough.
They beat a number 1, a number 2, and a number 4.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure all those were the right seedings either. So
they may not have been.
Anyway,
Wichita State was probably 11.
The seedings don't really mean that much, okay? If they meant that much, number 1s would always win. They really don't mean that much.
Well, I'm not saying that it was a tough road in terms of seeds, but they beat Wichita State undefeated team, Louisville, and they went through that gauntlet of a bracket.
You cannot go comparative scores because it makes no sense. Them losing to Louisville, Kentucky beating Louisville, Florida beating Kentucky 3 times. I mean, I was kind of rooting for Kentucky to win, so you say Kentucky national champion in 49 states. To beat the national champion 3 times. But nonetheless, it was
well, we all agree the best team in the country did not win the national championship. This is the best team for the last 3 weeks won the national championship.
Never does. Got a little cough going on here. Anyway, so today on the show also we'll talk about who do you think might win the Masters? Tee off this week, Thursday, up at the beautiful Augusta, Georgia.
Can't wait.
And if you were the champion of the Masters and you had a chance to pick a menu for the champion's dinner, which you know about that, Austin?
Yes.
Okay. You get to pick the menu for your champion's dinner. And what would you – and people usually have their own food that's indigenous to their growing up, whatever. And there's the old faux pas by Fuzzy Zeller, who made a racial comment about what are you having, Tiger? Fried chicken, that was
fried chicken and collards, or whatever it is.
Which, by the way, happens to be pretty good food,
right?
But not the right way to say
That's what got him in trouble. Whatever it is, they have.
And no matter what he said at that point in time. So, what would you have if you were the Masters champion? Now, what do they eat in Australia?
I don't know. I don't know any Australian. I've never thought about that. I mean, shrimp on the Barbie?
I guess. I don't know. I'm taking a guess at what the menu might be.
Whatever they have at Outback.
Whatever they
Also says Outback.
Blooming onion? I don't know what they
Yeah. So we'll have to find out the contents of the jam.
Pretty sure they're not going to have koala stew.
It'll come out somewhere this week, I'm sure. Anyway, so let's go with the headlines now. We'll get back to the subject at hand, and Tom James will be along shortly.
Well, buddy, I got a couple NBA headlines for you. Pistons president Joe Dumars expected to resign before his contract expires on July 1st. The Pistons have signed high-priced free agents this season, and Josh Smith and Brandon Jennings, but haven't done much with him, with a disappointing 28-49 record. And since the loss last night, there is rumors that Kentucky basketball coach John Calipari would be replacing Mike D'Antoni as the next Los Angeles Lakers head coach. And D'Antoni came out and said that he has felt sympathy for Calipari. He says, "You deal with it, and I hate it for John more than anybody because that puts undue pressure on something before a big game that he doesn't need to be distracted with." Obviously talking about the rumors. So another rumor that Calipari might be heading to the NBA. Another NBA headline for you. The NBA Pacers, one of the worst basketball teams right now in the NBA. They're plummeting. And Frank Vogel has basically come out and said, we feel good if we have the number 2 seed, and we still feel we can attain the goals we have. But he says, I think rest and healing up is part of the solution. And
didn't we think 3 weeks ago that they were going to be the number 1 seed, and the Heat were going to have to go beat Indiana in Indiana?
Yeah, and since that, Miami's taken the lead, and Pacers have lost 4 or 5.
And they might crash where MH370 is. You never know.
I'll tell you, they already have difficulty with their star player and their coach not getting along with each other. And so they erupted in the locker room. And here they were on top of the world after beating the Heat. And boom, all of a sudden their bottom has dropped out. So.
You can imagine the campus in Storrs, Connecticut was crazy last night, buddy. Campus police at UConn made 30 arrests by 1:30 a.m. this morning, and they said a lot of it was alcohol-related. And there was
there's a surprise.
Yeah,
Captain Obvious.
There was a breach of peace, destruction of property, and we had a fireworks charge.
Yeah, the sun's coming up tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, that's it. All right, here's the deal. You guys know what they have for dinner tonight for the Champions Dinner?
What are they having?
All right, Adam Scott, of course, the reigning champion.
Bloomin' onion.
Bugs.
What?
Bugs. Yeah, bugs. Having bugs. No kangaroo, no crocodile, no koala bear, but he's having bugs. Now, what are bugs? It's a type of lobster in Australia.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a little worried there for a minute.
I did get a little worried there for a minute.
This guy's having bugs for the menu.
I've lived in that part of Georgia for a long time. You don't want to eat those bugs.
The bugs are Moreton Bay bugs, a type of lobster from northeastern Australia. A quote from Scott says, "They are legitimate bugs. They're real deal. I'm not going to serve up anything second rate tonight. I've got to go all out to impress the guys." So he's got bugs. If you were having your dinner tonight, and you were a Masters champion, what would be on your menu? We'll have a chance to talk about that around the water cooler. Tom James on his way in.
I got something real quick, buddy. Golf Digest interview, June of 2001. Are you familiar with this interview?
Why don't you bring it back and we'll talk about it the other side?
I'm going to tell you because it concerns your good friend, Dan Jenkins.
All right, we'll hear about that next right here on the Voice of Ocala. Around the water cooler next with Tom James after this timeout on the Voice of Ocala Buddy Sports page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Men, do you know your testosterone level? Are you experiencing decreased energy levels or unusual sleeping problems? Have you noticed you have less strength or endurance, decreased sex drive, increased irritability or depression? If so, you may be experiencing problems with low testosterone. If you're interested in a free testosterone screening, please call Rinstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. Again, that number is 352-629-5800.
If you didn't catch Around the Water Cooler on Buddy's sports page this week, here's what you missed.
There's not much pretty about Scotty Wilbekin deking on his cat and mouse routine, darting in and pulling back almost like a semi-do-over, dumping a ball screen to Will Uget, a guy who only shoots as a last resort. The heart of their offense, however, is their defense and their zone trap. They turn over the opposing player and attack their will. They've come a long way since Donovan had to scour the parking lots for a quorum to hold practice. And even though it took his former team manager to fill the void and walk-on Jacob Kurtz came aboard, he has wound up playing significant minutes. It is true, as the experts say, that success is 90% about showing up. And the firm of Wilbekin, Young, Prather, and Yet, the seniors, will all graduate magna cum laude from Donovan's School of Grit and Determination.
Around the Water Cooler, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 o'clock on Buddy's Sports Page, right here on WOCA, The Source.
Whenever something big happens in Ocala and Marion County, Buddy Martin is there on the case.
Your friend and my friend, Evan Pope, has covered every Super Bowl. Sadly, he won't be able to. His string will be broken this year. I know you know Evan known him for a long time. A lot of people talking about what a terrific sports writer he was and what a good guy. And I hate to see him not being part of the writing game anymore. I know you do too.
Yeah, Edwin's one of the best. And, of course, our friend Tom McEwen was one of my favorite sports writers. You were probably second, Buddy, but Tom McEwen, he did a lot for me. I think he got me. He helped get me my first head coaching job down there at the Tampa Bay Bandits. And then, of course, I've known you way back since I played in Florida also. And
well, Coach, I never got you a job. But I did write a column.
No, you never got me a job, and, but you didn't get me fired anywhere either.
So remember, always check out Buddy Martin on the Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
1370 WOCA.
Hi, this is Jody Saulnier. Jeff and I are the owners of J&J Jewelers in the Jasmine Plaza, which is located at the intersection of State Road 200 and Airport Road.
We're third-generation jewelers, voted Ocala's favorite jewelry store for the last 5 years.
We carry a wide selection of new and estate jewelry, bridal sets, and citizen watches. J&J Jewelers specialize in jewelry repair and custom-designed jewelry, including wedding sets.
All of our repairs are done on site and can even be done by appointment while you wait. J&J Jewelers is open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 10 to 2, and closed on Sunday and Monday.
Stop by today or visit our website at jandjjewelersocala.com or call 352-401-0001. You will remember our custom design made for you by us at J&J Jewelers. Proud to be made in America.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Palm Chevrolet, where supporting the community is the Palm Chevy way, and by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
Now is the time to take advantage of Florida Credit Union's CD specials. Our 36-month CD comes in at 1.46% APY. A 24-month is working for you at 1.0% APY. All CD rate specials require $10,000 minimum. With friendly service and rates like these, it's not hard to see why Florida Credit Union has your CD options covered. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Call 352-237-8222 for more information. Must act by 4/30/14.
All day I face the barren waste without the taste of water.
Man, that song makes me thirsty. Oh, it must be time for that segment, Around the Water Cooler with Buddy and Tom Tom. Tom Tom? Wait, Buddy and Tom and Tom. Oh, who cares? Here's Around the Water Cooler.
The nights are cool and I'm a fool, each star's a pool of water, cool water. But with the dawn,
people ask, why do we do this? Why do we make fools of ourselves, give stupid opinions, fight, argue, go out in the parking lot, settle with fist fights? Why do we do this?
I can do that.
That has happened too.
Because we love each other, and we love sports, and we love our listeners to get the best of what we have to offer. And when we left, Tom James, by the way, welcome back to you, pal. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
We're talking about a story in Sports Illustrated. We're talking about the menu tonight for the Champions Dinner. Adam Scott's having bugs, or Australian lobster. And the question on the table is, number one, who do you think will win the Masters, which we'll talk about later. We'll hear from our friend Ron Syrak from World Golf Digest. And then what would you serve if you had the Champions Dinner? Meanwhile, as we're going to break, Tom said he had a story they wanted to talk about from Golf Digest. Tom Schmitz, what you got, Tom?
Legendary golf writer Dan Jenkins. You know this guy, buddy?
No.
You never heard of it? I think you were listed in his book as somebody he thanked for.
Yeah, me and 300 of his closest friends.
On page 289, was it, or something?
I don't know, 244.
Halfway down. Yeah.
It's the first thing Buddy showed me in the book. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm just going there. In Golf Digest interview in 2001, June of 2001, Dan Jenkins was asked about then Tiger Woods, who had won 6 majors at that point in his career. Dan Jenkins said he's going to win 24 majors. He said, the sport has never seen anything like Tiger. But then Dan Jenkins finished it with this ominous quote. The only thing that'll get in Tiger's way is injuries or a bad marriage.
2 for 2.
Wow.
He sure is.
Dan Jenkins in 2001
Oracle
was a clairvoyant.
Yeah, and of course he's not there.
Savant, I guess, is actually what I was thinking.
Yeah, so back to the menu. Sandy Lyle, of course, from Scotland. And he had on his menu in 1989 haggis. Isn't that like stomach line or something?
Yeah.
Sheep or something, whatever.
What
and then Mike
Nicholas
Weir
have?
from Canada, I don't know.
Yeah, which time?
Yeah. Canada pizzas. Mike Weir, elk and wild boar in 2004.
That's pretty good.
I like
Tiger
that.
Woods, cheeseburgers, French fries, and milkshakes.
Well, he was a kid then.
That's the first one.
Right, he was a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know what he
had
liked.
last-
Cheeseburgers, French fries, and milkshakes.
So, I don't know what they're having tonight other than just bugs.
Well, he's missing something. Where's the Vegemite sandwich? I mean, didn't you guys listen to Men at Work Down Under back in the day? Come on.
Where's the bloomin' onion?
Yeah,
That's another
so
thing that's
we'll get
missing.
to that subject a little bit later on.
I know what I would eat for a Champions Dinner. Easy meal for me.
Oh, me too.
All right, we'll save your thoughts, and we'll get to that. We talk about it a little bit later on. We'll make our picks. Let's talk a little about last night's game. Disappointed. Expectations lived up to. Best team won. In general, just your top of your mind thoughts about the championship. Who wants to go first?
Last night I watched the game, and at no time, even when Kentucky battled back and had a shot to go up a three-pointer they took to tie it that didn't go in, at no time did I have a feeling that Kentucky was going to win that basketball game. It just looked like, even though they battled back and they were down by so many, and they battled back and then they were down and they battled back. At no time, I was sitting at an establishment, Mojo's actually, after trivia, and commented to somebody, doesn't matter, Connecticut's still going to win the game. At no time did I feel like Kentucky had a shot to win that basketball
There
game.
was one time I felt like that Kentucky was going to start an avalanche, and that was that monster jam.
James Young.
Yeah. Young at about the
What
was
a
it?
play.
About the 7-6 minute mark, something like that. I thought that might really turn
And
the
they
tide.
even said, the commentator said that might turn the tide, but I just never felt
But
it would.
throughout Kentucky's entire run through the tournament, did you ever think they were going to beat any of those teams while you watching those games?
Not until Aaron Harrison
Hit
stood
those
up
two
straight.
shots.
Yeah.
Right.
That's my point. No, I never thought Kentucky. I picked Kentucky to beat Wichita State, but I didn't really believe it in my heart that they were going to do it.
Yeah. Last night's game, not a classic.
No.
By any stretch of the imagination. Not one of the better title games that we've ever seen. In fact, I think it ranks well down the list. I mean, the team that made less mistakes won a 60-54 title game. And this is in the era of the three-point shot and the shot clock. You look back at NC State and Houston in 83. That was a 54-52 game in a game that Jim Valvano slowed down. So, think about that for a minute. My benchmark for the worst national championship game was always 2002, the Maryland-Indiana game. This one, not that bad, but it's down there.
Would it be safe to say this game was borderline boring?
I wouldn't say boring, just in the sense that Kentucky made a run at UConn late in the first half and gave you real suspense as to what was going to happen in the second half, and they kept making charges and just could never quite get there. So there was always an element of suspense in the game last night.
I I never saw the Smith. You know, one of my observations last night was, is Tracy Wolfson ever happy when she ends an interview? Is she ever? Because she gets this look on her face, is, thanks, Coach, for your comments. And then she looks like this, like, get me out of here.
Yeah. As long as you brought announcing up, I want to make a couple of comments about it before we go to break. I don't usually make comments about the games and announcements, but at one point I tweeted last night, a little more play-by-play by Nance and less commentary by Kerr and Anthony.
Yes.
Because there were times I couldn't tell who made the bucket or who made the foul, and they're giving analysis. I'm thinking, I want to know what happened. That was one thing. Second thing was, I think their experiment with the team cast was a bad mistake because no one knew about it. Here's how stupid I am. As of Friday, I'm thinking I better set my VCR to make sure I get this game on CBS.
You have a VCR still?
Well, you know, DVR. and so consequently, I looked it up and thought, well, this thing is DirecTV's got the wrong grid. And then I realized someone reminded me it's not on CBS Saturday night.
Yeah.
Then I go on TNT, True, and TBS, and they have the team cast. Some people still don't know about this, by the way.
I still didn't know about it until you said it yesterday.
One was for fans of UConn, one for Florida. Even James Bates, by the way, was doing commentary or color from the stands.
Sure.
Interviewed Chandler Parsons.
Football linebacker doing commentary to basketball.
He was good,
game.
though. And then you have the whole situation with Jim Nance and what they did. And I don't know. It topped off by the fact that apparently Twitter blew up. Charles Barkley was talking about the idiots on Twitter until at one point, he was reminded by Kenny that, by the way, the people who Charles, you wouldn't know this because you don't do Twitter. How would you know, right? And the people watching that other program aren't watching you. So anyway.
Right. Well, let me say this about the having the dual color analysts. That situation, when I was little, it used to be Dick Enberg, Billy Packer, and Al McGuire on NBC before CBS took it over in the late 70s. They went to the one analyst with Billy Packer when CBS did take over. It's a tough situation, especially when you've got both Kerr and Greg Anthony, who I consider both outstanding color analysts. I mean, either one of those guys I would be happy having in the big seat that used to be Billy Packer's seat, in my estimation, next to Jim Nance. But because they're both so good, they always have interesting things to say, and it tends to be a little too much.
It's a regular season game, okay. I don't care about some of the deep background when I'm watching that championship game. Tell me who got the foul. Tell me how many fouls does he have. Update me on how's he shooting. Is he 3 for 8? What's going on? That's what I want to know.
Can I just say this?
It's almost too much of a good thing.
It really is.
Can I just say this to True TV, TBS, TNT, and CBS? To give me all those 4 channels so I can watch multiple games instead of having to go for the little 10-minute break into this game and all is much better than it used to be. But once I get down to 4 teams, I don't want TBS, TNT, or True TV. Put it on CBS and let it go.
Well, the only way that CBS and Turner, they needed Turner's money to keep it away from ESPN. And that's really the only reason that the Final Four, the national semifinals on Saturday, was on TBS. To get the deal done, Turner made them put at least the semifinal games on there, or else they'd have lost the whole thing.
I know.
For the money.
One other thing about Jim Nance, who's a friend of mine, I will say up front, I like him. He's very good, and I think he's really fair. I could sense just a little bit of UConn homerism in him because he lives in Connecticut. I mean, how could you help but not? A little bit. I could just tell knowing Jim as I know him. Just a little bit of a comment here, a little bit of a comment, and that's very unusual for Jim Nance. And I don't really usually attack broadcasters because they're easy pinatas and whatever. But anyway, I thought it was just average game and average. I guess if Florida would have been in the championship game, we'd have felt a little bit different about it. But that's what it was.
We'd have been at the Marion Theater watching it,
especially around here. Yeah.
All right, coming up and next, since we're on basketball, shall we go to Tom James first? Let him give us.
Yeah, let's do that.
And then we'll talk with you about Derek Jeter. And I've got what happened 40 years ago today coming up right here on Buddy Sports Page around the water cooler on
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA.
The Source.
Whenever
something big happens in Ocala and Marion County, Buddy Martin is there on the case.
Head coach of the Florida Gator basketball team, Coach Billy Donovan. How are you feeling right now about this team in 2013 and 2014?
But I like these kids a lot. They've worked very hard. It's a good group. The most challenging part for me has been has been the inconsistency of players in practice.
So remember, always check out Buddy Martin on the Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source. Hi, this is Tom Schmitz, the host of the Saturday Sports Page on WOCA. The Saturday Sports Page is your weekend destination for everything sports, from NASCAR to golf, baseball to boxing, and of course, the best, most comprehensive football coverage on the radio. Also, you don't want to miss my weekly "Are You Kidding Me?" rant. So join me, Austin Tapman, and Josh LaSalva every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for the Saturday Sports Page on WOCA, The Source.
Here in Florida, when you're looking to go to the beach, you've got hundreds of options. Theme parks, no shortage of options there either. But when it comes to home insurance, most companies have only one option. Allstate is different. Here in Florida, Allstate agents offer home insurance options from several companies, so they can help you get the coverage that's right for you. And they'll help you save on quality car insurance too. For starters, safe drivers save 45% with Allstate. So before you settle for just one option, talk to someone with many home and car insurance options. Your local Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
For more information, call the McDonald Agency at 352-622-2333 or visit us online at themcdonaldagency.com.
Allstate has no financial responsibility to you for any home insurance policy you purchase and would not be responsible for any claims. Allstate does not make any representations or accept liability related to operations of home insurance companies, including but not limited to their financial conditions. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Fox News Radio, I'm Don Matheson. A Texas jury convicts Anna Trujillo of fatally stabbing her boyfriend with a 5.5-inch stiletto heel.
She claims they were arguing at the boyfriend's condo last June and that 59-year-old Alf Stefan Anderson was the aggressor, though prosecutors showed the jury Anderson was spiked 25 times in the face.
Fox News Radio's Eben Brown. Trujillo faces up to life in prison. The president takes aim at the gender pay gap.
Signing a pair of executive orders aimed at ensuring equal pay for equal work at companies doing business with the federal government, President Obama says Congress can make a far greater impact. Democrats pushing the Paycheck Fairness Act that would require more transparency in wages. Republicans call it unnecessary.
Fox News Radio's Jared Halpern. Stocks close higher on Wall Street. The Dow gains 10 points, the Nasdaq advancing 33, and the S&P 500 jumping 7. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
So I knew it was important to have life insurance to protect our family, but I was putting it off. But then yesterday, a girlfriend of mine asked me, point blank, what would happen if you lost your husband? How would you pay the bills? The mortgage? The car payments? Food? And that's when it really hit me, and I realized I needed to get us life insurance right now. So I called AIG Direct, and in less than 5 minutes, I had a quote. I was shocked at how affordable it is. Now just $14 a month for $250,000 of term life coverage. I feel so much better knowing the kids and I are protected. And my husband was so happy I got the quote.
Save up to 70% when you get term life insurance through AIG Direct. Call now for a free, no-obligation quote. It only takes 5 minutes, and you could save up to 70%. 1-800-294-6051. That's 1-800-294-6051. Call 1-800-294-6051.
On the next day of Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Gary Shore. He's coming into the studio to speak to us about the medical marijuana in the state of Florida campaign.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then MJ Rose will be on the air with us. She's an historian and the founding member of the International Thriller Writers Association, speaking about her book, The Collector of Dying Breaths.
Rabbi Yossi Hecht will be in the studio. He'll be speaking about the Jewish celebration of Passover beginning at sundown on April 14th.
And then Legally Yours with your host, John Fuller. John is an attorney at the law firm of Fuller & Fuller right here in Ocala, and he's on the air on WOCA The Source to answer your legal questions.
Dr. John Grace will be in the studio. He's a board-certified psychiatrist and the medical director of the Memory Enhancement Center of America. He'll be speaking about Dash for Dementia, the Memory Center of Citrus County's fundraising event on April 26th.
All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next day of Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
This is the Salvation Army, and I'm Major George Patterson to let you know that the Salvation Army is available 24 hours a day to provide help to anyone. We also have a family store at 120 Northwest 10th Street in Ocala. On Tuesday to Saturday from 9 to 4, you can do your shopping, or if you want to donate, you can call 352-732-4469, and we'll even pick up 352-732-4469. All funds generated by our store go into the programs here in Marion County to help the needy.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
And it's waiting there for me and you. The nights are cool and I'm a fool. Each star's a pool of water. Cool water.
Shabazz Napier, everything that he should have been last night. Some people are calling him a masterpiece. The Connecticut Huskies won 60-54 with Kentucky, a bunch of freshmen. And, of course, Napier was really outstanding, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. And Boatwright wasn't bad either, by the way. Ryan Boatwright finished with 14 points. UConn never trailed in that game. Some people say, well, maybe it was the coaches, Calipari versus Kevin Ollie. I don't know. Let's go around the water cooler and talk to Tom James about what he thinks.
Well, gentlemen, allow me to sum up the national championship for you this way. Last night's game pitted a heavyweight against a Cinderella. That's right. The established institution that is John Calipari versus young upstart Kevin Ollie. Calipari doesn't draw up a lot of set plays for his young Wildcats offensively. He prefers to let them go one-on-one. Defensively, Kentucky, not really known for handling the pick and roll all that well. They just hope their athleticism and size will shut down and wear down an opponent. In essence, these are blue chippers with extraordinary raw talents. But they're kind of akin to if Michelangelo had left the Pieta only 3/4 chiseled. As a coach, Calipari says all the right things, but he's less John Wooden and more Tony Robbins. We all agree he can put Ferraris and Lamborghinis on the track, but didn't get the job because he can tutor the driver or fine-tune the engine. Meanwhile, in the other suit and tie is Ollie. No pressure. He only took over for a legend who set the bar high in the sky with 3 national championships. Then in his first year, he inherits a team on probation and is able to convince Shabazz Napier somehow to stay, even though he can't play in the NCAA tournament, and has nothing more than a faint hope at a senior year run at a national title. Well, how'd that work out? Ollie, his insane dream, and a battle-tested group of savvy upperclassmen just beat the Future Millionaires Club of one-and-doners. Not taking sides, but for that fact alone, college basketball purists can thank Ollie and the Hungry Huskies.
Very good, sir. Speaking of hungry, apparently Napier made a comment about that last night, saying he often goes to bed hungry, and somebody suggested as the MPP final, he said, "That's right, kids, stop eating."
Well, he said last night in his interview, that's what you get when you deny us a chance to play.
That's the quote I was going to give. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you banned us. So that's talking about, and I think that's what really fueled them after their loss to Louisville. I think that they had a mission, and that chip on their shoulder, I think, really drove them where they were. What do you think John Calipari's going to do now? I don't buy the Lakers scenario.
He's not going to the Lakers.
No, I don't.
But he's not going to listen. He's not going to listen to Kobe to tell him how to coach.
Did this all start with a tweet?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very probably.
Somebody trying to get creative.
Could have been. Let's talk baseball for a second. It's a big day today. But before we do that, let's talk about, speaking of legends, this guy's a legend. It's amazing how many hits he's got. Tom brought it up yesterday, Tom Schmitz. He wants to talk about the guy playing his last season, making the rounds, Derek Jeter, the captain, number 2.
Number 2, the captain, Derek Jeter, just passed Paul Molitor to take over the number 9 spot on the all-time hits list. And if he stays healthy, he could pass Carl Yastrzemski, Honus Wagner, and Cap Anson to move up to 6th on that list. It came as a surprise to me, but then I asked myself this question. Could Derek Jeter possibly be the greatest baseball player ever to play the game? Yeah, I know it's a silly question, right? Of course, Jeter's not the best player of all time, but then I took a look and was quite surprised. He has a lifetime batting average of .312. He has touched them all 256 times in his career. He has 1,262 RBIs. He's walked over 1,000 times. He was Rookie of the Year in '96. While he's never won an AL MVP, he's finished in the top 10 in voting 10 of the 20 years he's played the game. He's won 5 Gold Gloves, and he has 3,321 hits so far in his career. If you're wondering, that's 600 more than Ted Williams had in his career, and Jeter's only played one more season. He has played in 33 playoff series, and the numbers there are astounding. He has 200 hits, 20 home runs, and 61 RBIs in his playoff career. His batting average during the playoffs, .308. Yes, I know his career numbers aren't Stan Musial, Ty Cobb, Pete Rose, or even Henry Aaron. But to play shortstop in Major League Baseball for 20 years, when most would have already graduated to the designated hitter, has to account for something. Ultimately, do I think Derek Jeter is the greatest ever? No, but the best of a generation, by far.
Very good, Tom. The funny part about it was that they re-signed him. People complained he lost his skills at shortstop and shouldn't be signed again. So I think the Yankees did it the right way, and I salute the captain on a great career.
One other number. 5.
Rings.
Thank you.
Got a few. Speaking of baseball, 40 years ago today, I was fortunate enough to be there in the stadium in Atlanta when Hank Aaron, number 44, hit the shot heard around the world, number 715, a black man taking over a position that was one of the most hallowed records in all of sports, Babe Ruth's record, with a 715th home run. I'll never forget that night. I happened to be typing at my typewriter back then, and I figured, well, I better get something written because I have to file something. He may not hit it tonight, and crack, you hear the sound of the bat. You look up and see the ball soaring up in the Atlanta sky going over the stadium. I remember the Bank America signs and Think Money. I remember seeing that sign, and it was a sort of a wire fence there, and the ball was caught by Tom House, relief pitcher, if you remember. And then he was rounded the bases, and some fan came and ran with him, and the great Hank Aaron had his moment, 715. I mean, there was a lot of controversy about this home run. I followed Aaron for weeks and weeks and weeks for my job at the Denver Post at the time. And in fact, the previous season, he hit number 714. And we didn't know if he was going to break it or not. He didn't. It turned out they withheld him from some games on the road to make sure he held it, that he hit it at home. But the commissioner ordered them to put him in the lineup. So it was a big controversy there. There was also the fact that there were threats on his life. He went through so much. I was blessed to be able to be there, to follow it around and get a chance to have a one-on-one moment or two with Hank Aaron during that time. Memorable. 80 years ago. Congratulations, Hammer and Hank.
40 years ago.
80 years old, 80 years old, 40 years ago. And congratulations to him. He will always be, to me, the true home run king.
Agree with that.
Without a doubt. And the amazing thing is, how many times he hit 50 home runs in his career?
A bunch.
How many times did he have a season with 50 home runs?
How many?
Oh, I don't know. I have to look back and see the numbers.
None.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 40 home runs. He hit a bunch. I'm sorry.
At no time did he hit more than 50 home runs.
40 years old when he broke the record.
Yeah.
How many people are getting, shout outs also from that particular home run? You know, you talk about Tom House, the guy that caught the ball?
Right.
And the two guys that ran out or kind of rounded the bases with him. I saw a feature on those two guys. Where are those guys?
Hank was worried about Hank didn't know what they were going to do. He said in an interview.
Yeah, he
didn't know if they were coming out to jump him and beat him up or what.
It was scary.
To get in the picture.
And his mom came down out of the stands and was there at home plate with him and everything.
Yeah, 714 actually came at his first at bat. I forgot that year in the 70s, and he he tied the record when he got the home run off Al Downing. He broke the record, of course. And
I mean, you remember, buddy, because you were writing about it all. He endured numerous death threats. They were just letters upon letters upon letters of people who said they were Braves fan, but they were white, who just didn't want him to break this record.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I remember vividly where I was. My father, who did not believe in televisions in children's rooms ever. He had an old black and white little like 13-inch out in his workshop. He brought it into my room that night. Never brought it in any other night. For some reason, the old man knew that night. He set it up on my dresser and said, "Boy, watch this." It was on ABC. They were doing the ABC played it. "Boy, watch this. It's going to be important." And he sat with me. It's one of the memories I have. My dad and I sitting on the end of my bed watching that baseball game.
That is awesome. What night of the week? Do you guys remember? Was it a weeknight?
Hold on, I'll tell you exactly.
Pretty much a weeknight.
The 11th was Saturday because we went to the game Saturday.
Saturday?
No. The 11th was on Saturday. So the 10th was Friday night. It was a Wednesday because the 11th was that Saturday.
I remember during the week.
And we drove to Atlanta because on the 11th they were having Magnavox bat night, and every kid that got in there got a replica, an actual size replica of Hank's bat with Magnavox bat night commemorating, and it said April 11th, and I have that bat on my wall at my house right now.
Yeah, he had 40 home runs 8 times, by the way, and only twice did he fail to hit 30. And the way this record happened, it happened almost very slow. One day, all of a sudden, he had the record, was close to the record, and nobody even noticed it. He wasn't like one of the super-duper great all-time home run hitters. He's very low-key, played a long time, very consistent.
Left fielder.
Final note I remember is that Dave Anderson, the columnist of the New York Times, wrote his column that night on one thing: the sound of the bat hitting the ball.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. And one more thing, buddy, on that note, I think we've talked about it on this show before. It might have been a bet you didn't know that, but I believe Hank Aaron, if you take away whatever his final home run total was, it ended up 755. If you take all of the home runs away, he still has over 3,000 hits.
He does.
Because he was really a great hitter.
He was the third. He's third all time on the fourth all time on the hits list.
Yeah. Fourth, correct.
Yeah.
Pete Rose, Stan Musial, Ty Cobb, and Henry Aaron.
There you go.
You know how many home runs he had in 1974? Take a shot.
In 74?
Yeah,
16.
He had 20, lowest total since his rookie year in 54. So there you go.
And remember, this
was
a guy. Here's the amazing thing: if you know anything about the game of baseball, this was a guy who hit cross-handed till they taught him how to not hit cross-handed in Double-A.
Wasn't he from Mobile, Alabama? I think he was from Mobile, Alabama, wasn't he? Or is that,
he was from Alabama and literally hit
played in Jacksonville.
cross-handed.
Played in Jacksonville.
Played for Jacksonville Suns. Yeah.
All right, that's take care of that segment for Go Long. It's time to talk about the Masters. Ryan Syrek will give us a few thoughts about his picks. We'll give you ours. And what would your dinner be if you were serving the Masters champion dinner tonight, right here on the Voice of Ocala Blaze Sports page?
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA.
The Source.
You know, Austin, I'm sitting here at the computer looking at our Facebook page, and boy, we really need to tell more listeners about our Facebook page.
No, Tom, so you got it all wrong. Twitter is the new age.
What's a tweeter?
No, a Twitter, Tom. The Voice of Ocala has a Twitter.
We do? Well, how do we tell our listeners about that?
All they have to do is get the Twitter app or go to twitter.com, type in Voice of Ocala in the search box, and click follow.
All right, well, what's the tweeter do?
The Voice of Ocala's Twitter page updates all of its followers on the latest news, guests, giveaways, and contests.
Oh, okay. But couldn't listeners just tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 to 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, or even go to online at WOCA.com? Wouldn't that be easier?
Yeah, okay, maybe.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm the football your buddy fired through your windshield. The cooler that tumbled out of a pickup and onto the hood of your car. If you're a football fan, eventually we're gonna meet. So get Allstate, where agents help keep you protected from mayhem. Like me.
Are you in good hands?
Hey, this is Kevin McDonald, your local Allstate agent. Call me at 622-2333, and let's make sure you're in good hands.
Hi, this is Tom Schmitz of the Voice of Ocala, heard daily on these airwaves from 3 to 6 p.m. People always come up and ask me, is Buddy Martin really a nice guy to work with? And I always tell them, sure, he's one of the nicest guys you could ever meet. It's a pleasure working with Buddy every day. It's almost like no work at all. Did that sound believable? I mean, wait, is this still on?
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 a.m. and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
Habitat for Humanity of Marion County is a ministry dedicated to improving lives by providing affordable and decent housing. Help them help others by visiting the Habitat for Humanity Ocala Restore at 926 Northwest 27th Avenue. To schedule a donation, give us a call at 401-0075 and we'll come pick it up. For more information, visit ocalarestore.org. Habitat for Humanity of Marion County. Building homes, building hope, building community.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
WOCA, Ocala.
The nights are cool and I'm a fool, each star's a pool of water, cool water. But with the dawn I'll wake and yawn and carry on to water.
Just a moment, we'll hear from our friend Ron Syrak on who he thinks will win the Masters. You guys got a pick on the Masters, by the way?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
This one's pretty easy for me. It's going to be a repeat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're going to have we'll have the Vegemite sandwich next year for Adam Scott. He'll have to change it up a little bit. Okay.
All right. I got a foreigner too. I kind of mentioned the other day. The more I talked about it, the more I liked it. I do like a couple other guys, but I got to pick one, right? So I'm going to stick with Graham McDowell.
Well, I've thought about this, and I thought Keegan Bradley may be the guy. And
That's the other guy I was going to pick.
But I wrote a blog 2 weeks ago, even though he was winning by 7 strokes, and I thought he was going to run away with the Arnold Palmer. I still think the best golfer going right now, if his putter works, is Adam Scott.
Yep.
I think he wins it again.
You know what? We're forgetting about Matty Kuchar. That's Steve Albright's pick. He picked on the show last week, and I think Kuchar, of course, he got beat last week, but he's played well 2 weeks in a row. I think Kuchar will be in the hunt. All right, what's your dinner tonight for the champions if you're the Chancellor's champion? You got anything?
That's even easier.
Okay, what you got?
Gator tail. I served it at my wedding.
Hand-breaded gator tail.
Yeah, my second wedding. And only the James gang here from the Florida natives enjoyed it. My wife, who her family from Ohio,
right,
didn't know where to go with that. But
yeah, I'm sure.
But gator tail.
Gator tail. That's it. Anything else with it?
Just a lot of gator tail. Maybe some fried green tomatoes.
All right, you can throw
maybe some greens.
All right.
Okay.
All right. That works. Tom, what you got?
It's a no-brainer for me. I'm going with country fried steak, mashed potatoes, a little boiled okra, some greens.
How about some boiled peanuts?
Some greens, and then I'm going to top it all off with some fresh-made peach cobbler and some vanilla ice cream.
I like it.
Mine's going to be simple. I'm just going to take the Masters food right there. I'm going to go for the pimento cheese and barbecue sandwiches. and I'm gonna get the peach cobbler. That's it. I'm done. They serve that right there.
Get the $3 cup of beer.
Lots of it.
We talked to Ron Syrak. If we got time for it, real quick, we'll punch him up and talk about what he said about the winner, who it might be. This is what Ron Syrak had to say about that.
I look at the guys who don't have major championships, who I think have a chance here this week. About 10 years ago, I was picking Heinrich Stenson every year here because I thought he had the perfect game for you. Hits the ball long, hits it high, and he sort of has fallen off the map twice, but middle of last year, he reemerged again. So I look at him as a contender. Jason Day says he's healthy and that his wrist is okay. If that's true, he's always played this golf course well. I like Kuchar, like you said. I think that Snedeker's a guy who's been struggling a little bit this year, but he's somebody I expect to win a major championship at some time.
Jason Day's a very good pick, too. Guy's got a lot of game.
So Cyrac just picked half the field.
All right. You said basketball was over, by the way, Austin?
College basketball.
Well, no,
not
it's not.
so fast, my friend.
Tonight, 2 undefeated teams. UConn, chance to win two and two nights. 39-0, and Notre Dame 37-0. You may not like women's basketball or whatever, but you got to respect that. 2 unbeaten teams, undefeated, first time I've ever had this in the national.
And Gino Auriemma is being snarky as ever.
We've had this happen before, right? At least one other time, both UConns won it.
Yes.
At least one other time.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever had 2 undefeated, so have they?
No, that's never happened in the women's game.
Yeah, so there you go. So, all right, I'll be watching some of that probably, and real quick,
I'll be at Red Rhino doing trivia tonight, 7 o'clock. So if you want to come out and beat
place.
the Trivianator, Red Rhino, 7 o'clock.
Place, yep.
Good luck. We'll talk later football Thursday, talking about Kevin Taylor possibly being the man up there, running back. Will Muschamp says not enough separation between the first and second team on both lines. Said the Gators still looking for a second starting cornerback opposite of Vernon Hargraves. We'll get you caught up. Got the game coming up, the spring game Saturday. I want to thank Angie Lewis and her guest today, Marcia Holloway, on behalf of my broadcast partner Tom Schmitz. For Tom James and also Statman Tatman, I'm Buddy Martin. Have a great night, everybody.
In an Indiana town, had a good-looking mom who never was around, but she grew up tall and...
You know, Austin, I'm sitting here at the computer looking at our Facebook page, and boy, we really need to tell more listeners about our Facebook page.
No, Tom, so you got it all wrong. Twitter is the new age.
What's a tweeter?
No, a Twitter, Tom. The voice of